what resources would you go to for if you're looking to go on network, as well as what resources would you go ahead and start thinking about and looking for in terms of learning more technical security topics?
Okay. So network in terms of like networking on LinkedIn?
Yeah, like because you were talking about like networking and you were talking about meeting communities and such, and I think that's really interesting.
Yep. So I think two things which I did. One of the things was I used to follow my intuition, and the second thing was like right now on internet there are too much knowledge, too much data. And I often get this question. I used to get this question from my students as well. Like, what would you suggest? Internet is full of information. And I told them the trick that I have been following for years. Anytime you're learning anything new, okay, even if it's like getting into cyber, getting into IT, or getting into any domain, go to one of the university programs and go to their course outline. Those will be the topics that people would be learning, at least in their bachelor's or in their master's or in their graduate certificates or in the boot camp. Just go through the outline. See what topics they are specifically covering. Because when you go to it's very easy. You go to the university, you explore the program, you have to either you can download it directly or you have to give your email ID. So you'll receive it over the email. You'll receive a PDF. Go through the PDF. And if you're still not sure, go to the top 3 universities or top 3 institutes which offer these programs, compare their course outline, and from there, start getting resources. So when we talk about resources, when you go to the course outlines and syllabus, most of the time, they also provide you at the bottom of it some of the books, some of the ebooks.
Yes, and the textbooks.
Yes, some of the textbooks which are there, which you can download as ebooks. Second thing which is there is you'll get a crisp knowledge of, okay, what would be covered in the topics that I want to study. Then from there, you can start accessing some of, let's take example of cyber. In cyber, we have some open source communities which are there. Like we have OWASP, we have SANS, and you have a couple of other resources. Like what are the top conferences, okay, which happen? Start looking at their content on YouTube, because they have put certain content. Through that content, you will get more resources, because in the YouTube description, there are a lot of links. If you actually, let's say if you attended a session of someone, go and connect with them on LinkedIn, see what was their qualification, what was their skill set. That's really going to help you. Don't hesitate to reach out to people. And one of the important things which I've realized in terms of networking is anytime you're connecting with someone, just send them a personal note. Like what's like not your reason for connecting, but what made you curious to connect with someone. So many times people will connect like, hey, I saw your session and I liked it and I would like to connect and discuss further, which actually gives a personalized way of connecting with people. But many times, if you know someone who's new and you don't have much knowledge, just go through their profile, go into details about what do they do. Because when you add that personalized note on LinkedIn, add something which they have done or which you can associate with them. In that way, it's easy to connect. It's easy to get a message back from someone. And then if you're looking for mentors, like for example, if you follow 3 to 4 people, like you really know, you have been following up their posts a lot, you can reach out to them with a very gentle message like, hey, I'm new to this field. Just give a little bit about background about yourself and then mention that I'm looking for a mentor. So would you like to recommend anyone, or would you like to become my mentor? So anything which even goes as a connection request or it goes as a message, it should have certain types of context, because again, it's not only about information. There are too many people and we have too many fake identities as well online. So how would someone trust you and trust your efforts? So for that, you have to build some context when you connect with someone. And let's say you're not pursuing your career in cybersecurity. Let's say you're pursuing your career in data science. So find out some of the top data science conferences. Find out some of the top open source resources which are there in data science. Connect with folks on LinkedIn, as I said, go through their profile, learn their journey. If they have interviews on YouTube, find those interviews. Go to university pages, look for the course outlines. And these are some of the legitimate places where you'll get some specific type of guidance, which is 100% correct. At many places, you might get confused, like what's going on, what's the verbiage. It's too confusing. But university programs, outlines,
Hmm.
people who have done
Yeah.
this, they won't provide you wrong information. So that's something one can do. Yeah.